Looks like it's very quiet this week.
Yeah, I still early. We'll see.
Did we skip last week's meeting?
Um, no, it was just a short meeting. We did a quick check-in, decided to try and get some more reviews, which was actually very successful this week. We got a bunch of eyes on it, which is pretty exciting. I think that with a quick discussion here, we should be ready to send this out to the CNCF folks. I was going to send it out at the end of last week, but there was enough comments that I wanted to kind of check in here and then do that. So
Well, last week's vacation trip was really great for me, except I did nothing, and so this week I'm going to pay the price.
yeah, that's what it kind of started. I can do
Hello,
video.
everyone.
I'm outside and it's really cold
I'll keep
outside.
my camera off because I'm cooking dinner.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on one screen today, but I think I should be able to share correct screen. Okay, so that's the right screen there. I just wanted to just go through these really fast here, and then I think I added suggested changes for most of them, but I just didn't want to unilaterally change a bunch of stuff. So if we just go through these really fast, then we should be good to go on this. Um, cool. I'll go through them slowly because I don't know if folks had a chance to take a look before. Hey, I'm not sure we need a whole section for it, but it might be worth a call out. We can see where this is at the end. Because yeah, any other thoughts on this? You can also just decide it's out of scope for this version. We keep going back. Um, any objections to adding this? I think it is probably a good one for us to include. It's a mixed signal, but all of these are mixed signals. So, all right, how do we do it? Any objections, feel free to add them in the doc. So this one, I think it makes sense as written, but maybe that's just because we talked about it here. Sometimes you just ignore this, but if other folks think this might be confusing, we can add a sentence or something.
I mean, fabricated stars are a real thing, but
Yeah,
I'm not convinced that they are a real thing that most people are going to encounter and have to worry about.
exactly. I think most small projects, it's not really a thing that people are doing.
Yeah. And you would have to find it in any case and be evaluating it for some positive merits. And usually,
Yeah,
the types of places that are buying fake stars and things like that are, trying to do a whole on supply chain attack that is different from what we're talking about here.
yeah. And again, I think we're talking about using multiple metrics too. So even that wouldn't be like
Yeah.
on its own definition. So okay, I'm just gonna um ignore
I
this now
mean,
for the sake of
given that we've
simplicity.
said adopters and longevity are the best metrics, we might be able to just take out that sentence.
Yeah, like just don't use them.
Like, just less words about how to use them may be equally good.
Yeah, we mentioned them earlier, so yeah, I think we can just um okay, simplify. Okay. This is just a small clarification. And this is where I'm trying to figure out what to do because I feel like this is where it's come up a couple of times. Which is why I worry about adding another section for it for this previous comment. But I don't know if we're doing it like if we explain it sufficiently. It does a few different things.
I mean, one of the things that we're sort of missing that a recipe often has is an ingredients list.
Yeah.
And it feels like, you know, having a block that has maybe a table of, all the tools that we've listed and like helps with these things and gives you some X's might be useful.
Yeah, kind of in addition to this summary.
I mean, we have some words up here, but there's no like quick, like, okay, I've just, solved this, or I know all these things summary.
Hmm.
If you'd like, I can try to put in a table now.
Okay, that'd be great. I was trying to decide what to call it, and I got distracted by that. So okay. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and mark this one though, 'cause I think this particular one just here. Oh, I don't know anything about the new immutable actions thing, but
Um, it's weird, in my
okay.
opinion. You can turn on a setting that lets you make tags created in your repository immutable.
Is
Tags
it
that
a
are
setting that
created,
you can also, can you turn this setting off and edit previous tags?
just a minute. Let me finish the
Okay,
description.
sorry.
Once you turn it on, you can create tags that cannot be changed later. None of your existing tags have this applied to them. And if you turn the setting off, you still can't mutate the tags that were created under the immutability thing, but you can create new other tags. The only way to get around that is to delete the repository and
Are
create
they
a new one in order to
are they
recreate
somehow
those.
clearly marked as mutable or immutable?
There is something that marks them as immutable. An interesting problem that you might encounter is if you pick something like V1, you'll get upgrades
Yeah.
to later versions of
Wait,
V1 that
wait,
are
wait.
compatible. If you pick an immutable
Even if it's
tag,
immutable?
uh,
Okay.
if you tag V1 as immutable, just the string V1, then you can, whenever you publish a later, like V1.3 or something like that, the V1 tag can't be changed to point to it. People often use the short tags like V1 to say the latest V1 release, which means it has to be mutable.
Yeah. It's confusing. Okay.
Um, it's
I
it's a solution that they shoehorned in um, because of a lot of demand, but it doesn't quite work right because they didn't design it in. They stuffed it in after
mhm.
the fact.
I'm somewhat tempted to just not mention it here because it seems like I would need a whole paragraph to explain that properly.
Yeah.
And I think adding the
Yes.
word mutable here makes this clear without having to.
Yeah.
Okay,
That would be my
cool.
feeling as well.
I think if you want to get into that much detail, you should go somewhere else and read about that.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's not a decision that you necessarily get to make. It's a decision that the action publishers make.
yeah, so in some ways it's not actually useful for this particular thing called guide. Um, oh yeah, this is just me agreeing with you. I just added this sentence, so verify that. I don't think we should go too far into who you should accept these from, but yeah, like this is really interesting, but I think it's very confusing to explain. As long as you just use the bots, you'll be fine. So
Yeah. I mean, we could say don't accept any of these other things, but yeah, it feels like that's getting kind of into the weeds.
yeah. But yeah, I added a thing about pull request target because I do think that this is a really common problem. Does this seem like a reasonable sentence? Anyway, hearing no objections, we're gonna go with it. Feel free to tweak if that reads funny. Um, okay, remaining open questions both have to do with this more. I'm trying to figure out how much to talk about it. Um, again, this is great. Yeah, I think with this table, I think we can resolve these other ones and people can.
I will admit that I am slightly uncertain about including AMPEL and provenance attestations in this. I'm willing to be convinced. I'm just not certain that we can easily describe to people what they should be looking at or for.
Yeah, like maybe this your word this isn't enough detail to actually be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be a bit of scope creep too, because I think we're saying here pin dependencies and then it's like also do prop notes, which I think is good advice probably, but not um in scope.
It's great extra stuff,
Yeah.
but it may not be basic.
Okay. I think we should make it basic. That's a separate project. Um, okay, I think that your table here is going to address this comment here. So
Oops.
I'm gonna call them utensils. Okay, this looks great. So that's all the comments that were on here. And it's pretty straightforward. So I think we should be good to go. We've gotten a bunch of eyes on this now. Oh, yeah, one last thing I wanted to mention here is do we want to include authors? We probably do. Um, we should have done this earlier. Um, I don't like listing people without their permission on these. So if anyone here wants to be listed as an author, go ahead and add yourself, and then we can follow up with a couple of the reviewers who gave us some good reviews and see if they want to be listed.
I'm assuming that,
And then
yes, great.
yeah. I'm just gonna fix your name spelling if it's something you want it to. Um, and we should also follow up with a couple of the other folks who've come to this call a few times to see if they want to be
Yeah.
listed. So I'll do that today, and then if people don't get back, they don't get listed. So
I don't think I've contributed enough to be listed. Maybe the next.
you're welcome to be a reviewer at least if you'd like. You've come, you've chatted.
Okay.
No pressure though. I don't want to write your name for you. So if you don't want to, that's fine too. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I can do.
Okay, great. I'm like nothing terribly today. Okay, cool. So I'll follow up with other folks who worked on this, and then and it's submitted. Any other thoughts about that? I'm feeling better this week about the number of folks who external reviewers we had and stuff like that. So that's great.
I'm feeling pretty good. I should take out Mantle. And I can delete this column. Ooh, that table is small.
So the other thing we had for today, if you want to talk about it, is the next recipe card. I think we had a couple of ideas in the past couple of weeks. One of them was around handling vulnerability reports, and the other one was around secrets in I think specifically in GitHub or elsewhere. Any thoughts about the ideas or other ideas that folks have had, or what to start? I think we can just commit to an idea today and then start kind of start a doc for it, that kind of stuff, so we can start building that up. Any preferences between those two or something else that we think is really timely? I think for the rescue cards, it's good to stick to basics, nothing too like things that are useful right now, but not too like trendy.
Given the time that it takes us to produce one of these, I'm going to swing back from my previous position and say, okay, let's do vulnerability reports.
Okay.
Last week I proposed, let's talk about.
I'm hoping we'll get faster too.
I think so.
Okay, yeah. And I hope we get faster at this too, but that's, I think I'll get better at organizing, we'll all get better at writing, and yeah.
I feel like vulnerability reporting can also probably be like, pick option A or option B.
Yeah, so maybe it should be a pretty quick one.
Option A is turn on GitHub security advisories and, you're done. Option B is, set up a bunch of mailing lists because you've got people who are willing to put in the effort to managing all of that.
Yeah. And I do think that this one, selfishly is one that I would love to be able to link people to, because I get this question a lot. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that sounds good. Vulnerability reporting, and this is any other thoughts, objections. I can make the doc right now, or I can just make it right after this and share it in the channel. I figure the first step, like before, is doing an outline, which I think works better async. Unless folks disagree. And if not enough certain, we can synchronously do it next week. So make sure we have it put together. All right, anything else?
I don't think so. I mean, we had maybe we'll discuss some supply chain security news, but I don't feel like anything. Well, actually, I don't know what happened in the last week because I didn't look at any news. But
yeah, you were on vacation.
I didn't see any big, stuff when I got back of, oh gosh, this thing happened.
No, I feel like a lot of the non-supply chain security stuff was the biggest news last week, Mythos and all that. But
I mean, all the Project Glasswing stuff, it's unclear where in the supply chain it's going to hit.
Yeah,
but
so I feel like I think it's going to be future news.
Well, and no matter what, people are going to have to figure out how to roll it out, which is going to be, that's going to be where the real mess is.
Yes. And I think it is making supply chain security more important, right? Because you have to be able to patch your stuff, do all the stuff that we know you already have to do. So. Great. If nothing else, I'm super excited to get this one out. So this would be that to see we're making some progress here. And yeah, excited to work on the next one. Thank you all. Great week.
Thank you.
Yeah. See you next week.
Bye.